I YouTube always starts your streams with 144p for you. That's weird. Let's load the save. I'll look through the comments sections. How are you feeling today, Ads? Are you feeling any better? Shut up, Jamie. I do it just to spite you now. Tell you, I need to look at Lavery. I mean, he looks very good. Thing is, I can't fucking afford him right now. Update the board behind me as well. What names from comment section? Need to get some questions as well, don't we? Update the names, or the colours of the names, sorry. Bring chat back up in a minute so I can see what you guys are saying as well. Send. Turn the Xbox off. Alright. Oh, Bem! That's very kind of you. Thank you, mate, for gifting 5 subs to the channel. K-Jack Myers, Jamie Onyx, See Them Give 'Em, Driver DMB, and Leon Simmons, or Simons. Welcome to the gang, lads. Yeah, don't beg for subs, Alfie. It's not a good look. Right, so regarding the unsettled youth, I'd accept any offers at this point. Also, I genuinely think you could have let Clarkson go to Almeria as they could have been La Liga. You get Mackenzie in as he's not only come in as a possible starting left back with his height, could you say centre back. Regarding Loney, try and find someone from a club in the Prem that are middle to lower end of league. Loney's from like Fulham to Leicester. Okay. I would probably, let's have a look at the finances. How much money have we got? Because at the minute it's the wage budget that's holding us up. We need to make sales to bring more in. At present. I mean, I can afford Jack McKenzie, but Cambridge are called the U's Chronicle, as in U''S. Etienne Greece way too highly rated at the moment. I do want to loan E. Does anyone else have any experience with the KIA gameplay? We mentioned about doing this, didn't we? We will change that. I'm not going to change formation, but we will change the tactical layout of the side. Let's have a look. We end up retiring Ryan, unfortunately. Did I add Lavery to the shortlist, actually, out of quick curiosity? I did. We don't need him at the moment, that's the only thing. Curtis. Oh, Sam Curtis. Sam Curtis. Oh, Sam Curtis was the young right back, wasn't it? We don't need him. There was someone else though. Who was the someone else? Adam Reach. Okay. Adam Reach doesn't exist? Question mark? Fucking porn bots. So I get the idea of keeping them at the moment, but the issue is we're managing Cambridge United, Chicken Tikka. The issue is the fact that they're just on the transfer list, and I can't take them off. Let me try changing their morale. Whether that actually will take them off the transfer list. And then yeah, so transfer listed no is registered as, but in game it's still on the transfer list because I just physically can't take them off. Okay, that's weird. So it still says submitted transfer request, but it will now let me manually put him on or off the transfer list. So if I do that, then take him off again. Good. Okay, cool. Fuck's sake. Yeah. Just can't remove the transfer list thing. Or the submitted a transfer request. Which is annoying. So the general consensus then seems to be that we keep them, maybe loan them this season, and keep them for eventual Thomas and Brophy replacements. I could release and re-sign, to be fair. With the live editor. I could just release and re-sign with the live editor anyway, couldn't I? My brain was going to do something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Right, so release from team. Save. Transfer player, Cambridge United. He's going to have 2 years left on his contract, isn't he? And then Liam Lee. Release from team. Transfer player. Cambridge United, 24 months. They're both down as rotation now, I think, as well, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. I might need to save and reload the save for that to update. Save it under test, just in case. Might even need to advance the day, perhaps. It's still registering submitted transfer requests. It won't let me now put them on the transfer list manually because they're registered as new players, but I cannot get rid of it. It seems like I cannot get rid of that submitted a transfer request. I can't get rid of it. And he's put me on important again. No, I literally changed that in here. Rotation. Save. Fuck off. And then Liam Lee. Oh, mate, it's so annoying. Rotation. Well, that would make things intriguing. With Hull bidding for Nurse. Do you think Nurse would go to Hull? Considering we need to raise some money or release some money in the wages, I'd be tempted. And then we got Jack McKenzie we can bring in on a free. So, alright, I will loan out, if I can, Liam Lee and Adam Clarkson, and they will come back and be part of the first team picture next season, and they will be my long-term George Thomas and James Brophy replacements, because Sema will time out as well, so to speak. So we will then look to loan in this season. We'll look to loan in a left winger and a cam. Yeah, we can have a look at whole squad actually. That's probably a good shout. Hull left backs. 68 rated Brandon Fleming, 66 rated James Furlong, 63 rated Matty Jacob. He would leave and be a starter for Hull City. Currently valued at 1.2. So they've bid 20% above market value for him. It would then allow us to, we believe, bring in Jack McKenzie. Amavi's signed for Steaua Bucuresti now. I could get a few extra pennies, you're right. It's the wage budget that's holding us back at the minute, but I could continually go over budget. Try and spend big to stay in the division. Oh, maybe, Jamie. Maybe that'll work, actually. Let's try that. Transfer, release from team. Okay, they're back. They're back and not wanting to leave. Although they're on zero wage, apparently. Let me adjust that. So Liam Lee should be on £472. I need to do that in teams, don't I? Do I? Should just be in here somewhere, shouldn't it? I'm probably being dumb. In contract. It doesn't. Doesn't say anything about wage. Just a release clause. Hang on. Oh, okay, so I could do it in here. So Clarkson should be on £446. Oh, fuck me. We're going to end up losing the George Nurse bid because I'm just going to load the previous save. It's just a pain in the dick. But here's what it is. Why should I drop Watts' wages? We're in the championship, Stroot. Release from team. And then Clarkson. Release from team. And we advance today. We still get the nurse bid. Okay, that's hardwired then. Changed people's wages though in the previous thingy, so I don't know where I've done that. I did it on the team screen. I must open something slightly different when you do it on the team screen. Transfer player, Cambridge United, 24 months, and Clarkson is on 446, wasn't it? £446. Transfer player, Cambridge United, 24 months. Wage is 472. Submit a transfer request. Fucking Nora! Whatevs. I'm just gonna fucking loan them. Oh, what pain in the knob. We'll loan them. Thank you, Jacob. Fazio, thank you for the follow, mate. So, we think we're going to let George Nurse go. What's Nurse on a week? George Nurse is on £3,150, which would send us under wage budget again. But then signing Jack McKenzie would take us over wage budget again. What I could do is call up Barry Anderson as a left back and have him be a backup left back for me. So we don't need to loan anyone else in. Call up another youth player. That would save money on the. That would save money in the. That's what I did, Jamie. I'll release him in game. I see what you mean. So we let George Nurse go. We sign Jack McKenzie for free, and then call up the youngster. Should probably also call up Forest to try and loan him out, shouldn't we? So we'll promote Sam Forest to the senior team. We'll promote Barry Anderson to the senior team. Dyer is now 61 rated, so we should, as soon as he turns 17, we will call him up and loan him out. We just make sure that those guys don't have stupid contracts. Prospect squad role and sporadic squad role. We'll loan Forest. Barry Anderson we will keep. I now need to add those guys to my thing here. So Barry Anderson. Cut. Paste. What was he? 56 rated. Oh, we changed him to a left back, so I'll put him at the top. So then we'll change it to left back, won't we? Barry Anderson, 17. He's on. £425 a week. Presumably a 3-year deal. Yeah. And then was he 60 rated, wasn't he? Sam Forest, double R. 17. Presumably he's also on £425 a week on a 3-year deal. So I'm now £2,800 over budget, but we're looking to sell Alex Grieve. We will sell George Nurse. Taking some financial risks, but it's in anticipation of us being a championship side next season. Obviously, loaning out the two youngsters as well will take some off the budget, but obviously not massive amounts. Thanks for following the No Name Hero. The conflation of what's happened in real life versus what it looks like happens in the game is too difficult to replicate the realism. What's broken our finances, Shrew? Okay, that's good, George. We'll try that. Oh. I could, in theory, Jamie, yes, I could do that. If it were FM or we were using the in-game financial system, yes, I could transfer some of my wage budget to my transfer, but some of my transfer budget to my wage budget. But with the way that we're set up with a spreadsheet, you can't do that because of the way that all of the finances track. Watts is on 16.5. I get where you're coming from, Shrew. But ultimately, everyone else's wages are going to catch up, aren't they? So I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Like, Cusini's on nearly 10. It's not more than double. Cusini's on 9.5. Berry's on 9. Sema's on 7. Yeah, we'll say it's the intention to loan Clarkson and Lee, but if we get a transfer, no, I just want to look. The general consensus is keep them in the comment section, so I will look to keep them. Right, so let's resave that then. No one in the comment section has mentioned Kellen Watts' wages, so I don't see it being a widespread concern, Shrew. Hey, Neej, how are you, mate? Right. Update the names behind me. We've got 3 quick press conference questions. We will play. We'll play Derby because we've not played them for a couple of seasons. We'll play Derby, play West Brom, and play Forest, sim Mansfield, and then just do transfer deadline day with Huddersfield and Stoke as another episode. No, I appreciate the concern, Shrew. You're doing it with the right intentions. Just double check to see if there's been any other. Oh, 10 more comments. Okay, since we checked. Well, let's go newest first then. Both good moves for the players, Davidenki. If Dewsbury Hall had moved from Leicester to Chelsea without the manager also going the same way, then I'd have said maybe it's not the best of moves for him. But it's the manager leaving Leicester to go to Chelsea to then bring Dewsbury Hall with him to put him into the team. So I think that's fine. We're going to let Nurse go. We'll try and maximise the finances, but we'll let Nurse go. We'll sign Jack McKenzie, and we've called up the youngster, Barry Anderson, who's going to change from centre-back to a left-back and be back up in that position. All I need to do is sort this team out. So Yengi for Cleary. Connell's fine for now. Put Dodds out there. Cousins. Balagizi. Jules and Zeno. Rafferty for Sorensen at the moment. Nurse for Barry Anderson. And Brown for Sema. I don't think we start Sema over Braves yet. But that is the ultimate end goal, I think, for the rest of the season. Right, let me save that again, then we'll start recording. It should have carried over the development plan. It has done. But corrector did, double check. Thank you, Daniel. I would have forgotten to do that. If Ryan's not here, Daniel's on hand. Yeah, basically be out. If Brophy doesn't perform or results start to falter, then we've got options to bring other players in, haven't we? Not disliking the Heat any more than we do. We do or did. In the same word, apparently, than we do. Oh, Ryan is here. Hello, mate. Right. UEFA has opened an investigation into a potential violation of the basic rules of decent conduct by Jude Bellingham after his celebrations yesterday. Jude's already tweeted out about it, saying an inside joke gesture towards some close friends who were at the game. Nothing but respect for how that Slovakia team played tonight. Wait and see what comes of that. Are we recording? We are. If you called the Slovakia manager a bald bastard, then that's just fair cop. Welcome to episode 2 of season 3 here in the realistic road to glory. We are embroiled in the thick of the transfer window in our first season at championship level. We picked up a point on opening day, although we did lose a man on opening day. Suspended on debut or after his debut, Stephen Kingsley at centre-back. It's okay, we can deal with it. It's not too much of a problem, but wasn't ideal. But the point was very, very good indeed. Thank you for your feedback with regards the youth players, Liam Lee and Adam Clarkson. We will, after extensive feedback, we will look to loan Liam Lee and loan Adam Clarkson. I've added them to the loan list. I cannot seem to get rid of that submitted a transfer request. So I've added them to the loan list. I've removed from the club, advanced today, added them back to the club, but it still hasn't gotten rid of the submitted a transfer request. So table flip. So we'll look to loan Clarkson. And you guys feel that he long-term is the Brophy replacement, because, of course, Ken Sema's only here for a one-year contract as well. So Brophy will let go at the end of the season with a view of Adam Clarkson taking that first-team spot. Similarly, George Thomas will let go at the end of the season with a view of Liam Lee taking that first-team spot. We'll loan them out. By them having a successful loan spell, that should get rid of their want to leave. So we keep our fingers crossed in that regard. We've called up Sam Forrest to loan him out, because he's now turned 17. We've also called up Barry Anderson because he's turned 17 as well. Now, Barry has more of a part to play. And here's why. We're training him as a left back. We currently have George Nurse at left back. We were thinking about signing Jack McKenzie on a free, but don't currently have the finances available really to be able to do so. Barry Anderson's come up, and we are training him as a left back to have as a backup. However, I was previously thinking of loaning a left back. We don't really have the wage budget to do so. However, if I go to my inbox, we've had a transfer bid for George Nurse from Hull City. He would be Hull City's highest rated left back. We've discussed with live chat. Together we think that he would want to leave to go to Hull City. We will look to maximise the potential value from this deal. They've already bid 20% above market value, more than 20% above market value. That close to 25%, if not more than 25% market value. So I will try and get upwards of 1 point... Oh, never mind, I just accepted. Good! Well done, Ches. All right, we'll take 1.5. I got caught in my commentary piece. It was my ambition to try and get about 1.7. 1.5 is fine. It's not a problem. We have the finances in hand to be able to deal with that with the transfer budget. We've got loads of money remaining in the transfer budget. It's fine. It was mainly the wages we wanted to get rid of because of the call-up for Sam Forest and the call-up of Barry Anderson. We're now significantly over wage budget. We will negotiate loan deals, though, now, rather than just delegating them and having be 100% wages paid by me. We will look to negotiate the loan deal so that 100% of the wages isn't paid by me and I pay less to help manage the wage budget now that that's a financial concern. We're not in a position, because of the way the spreadsheet is set up, to transfer some transfer budget into wage budget to make that easier. But I like the idea that the board are wanting to keep a tight rein on the wage budget so that we don't let costs spiral out of control, regardless of what does come in or out of the transfer budget. So I'm happy with that storyline, so to speak, and it makes the spreadsheet work the way that it's intended to work. So that's what we will do moving forward. George Nurse looks like he's likely to leave then to go to Hull City. Now, actually, seeing the tactics there say wing play on the team strategy brings up our first question from the comment section for the press conference. It's from Connor, and it says, as you enter a new league, will you adopt a new play style, one which is less expansive potentially? Moving to a 5-back or a more direct style of play could be a pragmatic move for most managers moving to a higher division. I agree. It's something that we mentioned last season that we were going to look into doing, and it is something I'm going to look to do now. So we're going to move away from wing play. I'm not going to change the formation for reasons that we've covered before in previous press conference questions, but we will move from wing play to something, in theory, slightly more defensively solid if we can. That's the plan. Operation Stay in the Bloody Division is the first port of call this year. So we're going to advance towards the next game, which is going to be a side we've previously played in this save back in League One in Season 1, Derby County. They got themselves promoted and stayed up, and I believe they were the only one of the 3 sides promoted in Season 1 to stay up in the division. We'll sim the cup game against Mansfield. We'll also play West Brom and play Nottingham Forest today with a view of finishing the transfer window, playing both Huddersfield and Stoke City in the episode tomorrow, when there's probably still going to be yet more transfer business to be done by the club with both ins and outs. So I'm going to go and adjust my tactics. We're going to see what happens with that George Nurse deal, and then we'll go and play Derby away from home at Pride Park. Hopefully get another positive result. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying, though. I'd very much appreciate the continued support. You guys have been great with this save so far. Thank you for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of the content, of course, coming to you every weekday. And fingers crossed, we can get some more points on the board today. I know what you mean, Ads. It might be something we look to do later in the window if I can't get a loan bid for them. But at the minute, we'll just try and just sort it that way. Confirmation, as we've advanced for the first time, that George Nurse is gone. From first team left back at Cambridge United to first team left back at Hull City, it is a step up in his career. We thank him for his service. He was a bit of an unsung hero last year, but you can understand that he doesn't really want to be involved in a relegation fight with Cambridge this year. Hull have had a takeover in real life as well, so you imagine that that will have been a lucrative financial move for him as well. George Nurse is out of the Abbey and in at the KC. He's gone. Let me just remove that there, but we will replace that momentarily. Now, we were looking to move on Zach Jules at centre-back as well. This was a planned transfer. Huddersfield, fellow Championship Huddersfield, just promoted with us Huddersfield, have come in for him. Great that we've got a realistic bid for Zach Jules. That was my fear, that nobody realistic was going to come in after the bid came in from Brescia. But Huddersfield certainly are a side that we could negotiate a slightly higher fee with. Actually managed to negotiate this time around. So I'll try and get about 750 for him if they're willing to go that high. If they're not, that's fine. They are, that's great. Zach Jules is on his way out. That will free up more money in the wage budget as well. More money that will allow us more comfortably to bring in a certain Jack McKenzie to take that starting left-back spot. And Luton have come in to loan Adam Clarkson. We will negotiate this. We don't want a loan to buy, just a loan, please. But this is the ideal situation. Promotes a loan without buy. They'd want him for a year. Suits me down to the ground. They'll hopefully pay 50% of his wages. I don't really want to negotiate too much more. 50-50 is done. Great. Okay, Adam Clarkson looks like he's on his way to Luton for a season. He should grow quite well there. And then we'll come back and start on the left-hand side for us once Sema and Brophy's contracts expire at the end of this season. Everything's going to plan so far. Sørensen could play left-back. But it would be my intention to bring in Jack McKenzie. Keep an eye on the finances as well, actually. I think youth facilities. Shirt sales of 107,000. That'll be that one then. Yeah. 105, 107. Yeah, so we're up to date. That's fine. Right, question is, what tactic can we move to? Wing play. Kick and rush? Park the bus? Do we want to go that defensive? Park the bus? Sørensen will eventually replace Rafferty Meow, yes. My fear with counter-attack is that it's OP in game and we'd find ourselves in a scenario where the defensive AI just wouldn't cope with it. So I'd rather not, if you don't mind. We'll up the players in the box, though. Up the free kicks. Archie to Spurs. Do we have a here we go? We have a here we go. Right, Jack McKenzie will start at left back, so crucial is fine. Be joint highest rated player at the club. A 3-year deal. I try and get a 2-year. We can always extend later down the line, can't we? No release clause is fine. We will remove the bonuses and offer him slightly more a week. £4,800. Jack McKenzie has signed a contract at the club for £4,800, utilising the previous wages of George Nurse in bringing in a replacement that is, on paper, a better player. Similarly aged, similarly talented, similarly versatile, able to play at left back and at centre back, as was the case with George Nurse. In fact, he's probably better as a centre back than George Nurse previously was. We have another incoming for the Cambridge United squad in our debut championship season. Jack McKenzie. Is it Mackenzie or McKenzie? Jack McKenzie, 25 for 800, 2-year deal. I am significantly over wage budget though now. Hey, yikes. I think it's passing up. This tackling's already pretty decent, isn't it? I think it's passing up. And Zach Jules is on his way out to another championship side. We may end up finding ourselves playing against Zach Jules later this season. He has peaked at 65 rated though, so it's definitely the right idea to move him on. £750,000 into the bank, 75% of which will go into the transfer budget moving forward. And we very much could do with saving the money, because I am £4,500 over wage budget. But as I remove that, we're now only £2,000 over wage budget. And with further loanees to leave us, hopefully, financially, we'll be in a decent spot. We might still be over wage budget, but by nowhere near as much as we were. And because we're allowing ourselves that financial stretch of 15% more that we can go to, which could backfire if we don't stay up, of course, meaning that my wage budget is significantly over budget. At present, we're all right financially, but we don't want to take too many risks. I forgot the kappa. Take Kingsley out here for Zeno. And Job to the bench. We might need to loan in a centre-back. We might be okay. Thank you for the follow, Bonky Wonky. Welcome to the channel, mate. We've already rejected that, haven't we? Yeah. Your friend Adstar is online. Hi, Ads. as we head away from home then against what looks to be a very average Derby County side. 64 rated across all areas. I'd go as far as to say they're probably weaker than when they got promoted. Maybe they've lost a couple of key players, a couple of regens in there in Rafferty and Kuipers. Surprising to see Derby in such a position. Now we're going away for this fixture, and according to the press conference question, in our first home game of the season, our home fans got into fights with the Millwall fans. We don't condone such behaviour. Anyone that is found to have been embroiled in any hooliganism will, of course, receive a ground ban and not be allowed back into the stadium ever, as far as I'm concerned, for a Cambridge United home game. Yeah, we'll stick with that team. Any changes we want to make on the bench? I don't think so. Not at this stage. Do they have any standout talents? Like, is there a youth player in there that's just massively lowering the average rating? Rafferty's only 56. The rest of the defence is 65, 66 and 68. And Darren Robinson's 60, which is averaging out Tyrese Fornar's 69. And then Anton Cade is 69. So Kang Yungu's 60 is bringing down the average there. So actually they're potentially better than they initially appear, Derby County. But still, we're in a much better, more competitive position on paper with Derby County than we were the season that they finished second in the league, I think, behind Portsmouth, and got themselves automatic promotion. Mackenzie's making his debut today. Kingsley is not in the squad, of course, through suspension, so Zeno is back in the starting lineup. But Connor Washington just scores goals. Like that. 1-0 Derby. That's a finish. That is a very good finish. I don't know if that's a howler by Stevens. That's just a very good goal, I think. I think it's a very good goal, like.
Derby County goal, number 14, Connor Washington.
Brophy gets his pocket picked. Take by you. Great ball to Ward. In a good position here. Mackenzie drifts central. I'm quite happy with that actually, because he's got the physicality to do the job centrally if one of the centre-backs gets drawn out of position to a full-back area. He's 6'3", Jack Mackenzie. This is Kirk Henderson now dealing with things in the left-back spot. Cade gets the ball under control, and Derby look to score a second. Robinson fires it narrowly wide. Derby County mean business today. They want their first points of the season here at home after losing on the opening day. Brophy. It's a great one by Kurt Henderson. Kirk Henderson will have Brophy to make the move down the line again. We have switched our tactics to drop back and park the bus as the overall tactical style, away from wing play. So we will be more defensive this season, with more players committed to staying in the defensive areas. Just seeing how it plays with default player instructions before we make any adjustments to that on that front. So far, we are getting pretty strongly overrun by Derby County. But you notice once they won possession back there was a large flood of yellow and black shirts that came back in support. Brophy's first touch lets him down there. And Derby looking to turn the screw and find a second goal here. We're only 20 minutes in. We're yet really to get into Derby County's half, but we will hope to fight back whilst it remains only one. We've got faith in our front line, and mainly Kusini Yengi, that he can do the business in front of goal for us at this level. If he can score 14 in 20 in League One, then he can definitely score goals in the Championship as well. Lifted in, finds Tyrese Fornat. Zeno's in the way twice. Still, though, Robinson, who missed an earlier chance, could help them find another goal. Still, our defence stands firm. Oh, that's poor. Poor decision making by me. Here's Cade. Got runners. Berry's come across to him. Cade will go for goal from range, and Stevens will hold on to it. Another Derby County attempt to add to their tally that they've not been able to take. But it is all Derby continually here in this game. I would be slightly concerned that changing to park the bus might actually make us too defensive, but it is the right thing to make that move initially until we find out whether that tactic does or doesn't work for us. Henderson will use Jack McKenzie here. Brophy could be in down the line again, and he's made some good movement there to actually get away from the defender. And Brophy will lift it. Brown could be there at the back post, but it's not quite going to fall for us with 10 minutes to go in this first half. We are continually 1-0 down, but we're starting to maybe think about grabbing an equalising goal. Ball out wide to Rafferty and inside to Cade. Kellen Watts made lunge to get there. Jack McKenzie will just get rid. That'll be a corner to Derby County. And the roar from the home fans tells you that they feel like they can score more goals in this game. Fornal will take that short. Yengi will come across, and Henderson's in the way of that. And we'll just get rid of it, thank you. Oh, it's terrible by Brophy. Really, really bad ball. Rooney's just written off George Thomas by dinking that over the top of his head. And Rooney beats him for a second time. Henderson wins that back, though. The referee agrees that it was a fair challenge. Excellent footwork by Brown, but Rooney is proving to be quite the difficult defender to beat today. Connor Washington picked off by Berry nicely. I don't think there's going to be time for an equalising goal before half-time, but keeping it to just one would be important. There might be time, you know, if I can squeeze that through there to George Thomas, and he's beaten his man. Need you to make me the move, please, Marcus. Rafferty needs to find the ball. He doesn't have it. Yeah, I think I agree as well, Jamie. What? I'll use the hand. Free kick for Derby. 1.5 minutes into the second half. Nelson with a little dink out wide. We've each got ourselves a Rafferty in the starting 11. Lasse Sørensen will be in the 11 sooner rather than later, I would think. But until Rafferty shows weakness and a sign that maybe he's not cut out for Championship level, we will leave him in the starting lineup. It's only fair to do so. Similarly with Brophy and George Thomas. Yengi hoping for some runners here, but they're not really presenting themselves. On the first half's evidence, I'm not sure this part of the bus is going to be the one, you know. Ward skips past McKenzie. Cade blocked well by Watts. Free to Thompson. Thompson into Fornal. Fornal turns well. Stevens makes the save, and Kellen Watts has to utilise all his strength there to ensure that the Derby County man doesn't get to the ball. Kusini Yengi found there well, and Brown has Berry with him. Oh, lovely turn by Marcus Brown. We know his dribbling feet are very, very good. He can't find the pass. Annoying. Very annoying. Nice one, Jamie. Go for it, dude. Can't get there with Kirk Henderson. Washington will spread it out wide here to Kang Yoon-gu. He's done really well and continues to do really well. Till Zeno arrives on the scene, that is. Zeno Ibsen Rossi continually much better than his rating suggests. That hit a hand it did, thankfully. Brophy could have been away, though, if the ball had found its way over the top. They're making a change out wide. We might make some changes of our own soon. That was meant for George Thomas. It's gone straight away. Lovely. Washington into Manu, the man that's just come off the bench for them. Tackled well by Jack McKenzie. He's had a solid enough debut, Jack McKenzie. These passes keep going towards Yengi when they're not meant for him, and that might cause us a bit more problem before the end of the episode. Or before the end of this game, at least. We're going to make a change here, though. I'm going to take Brophy off. And we're going to bring Sema on. And we're going to bring Cleary on for Yengi. And we're going to go a bit more direct, perhaps. Brown on the run. Players closing him down. Not much room to do anything. Some players made some forward runs and kind of disappeared there, really. Not offering me much. Henderson looking for Cleary. Cleary was not very good last time we used him, but he's gone out on loan and grown spectacularly with some excellent experience. Oh, and that was headed his way. Was 63 rated last time we used him. He's 68 rated now, Reyes Cleary. He certainly should be a player that can do a job at the bottom end of the championship, we hope. Berry will find this to the edge of the box. It's Kelland Watts to Ken Sema. Sema from range, deflected, and Vickers makes the save. We'll have another corner. All right, so far, substitutes might be making the difference. Looking for Cleary again here. He's won the header, but it's gone well over the top. Don't know, as a side recently promoted would switch to tiki-taka. That's my only fear. Rafferty wins the header well. Manu. Forward to Dwight Gale off the bench here for Derby County. And into Cade. Plenty of space out wide. Could go for goal though. He is. It's over the bar. It's not very good. Rafferty down the line to Brown. Cleary's come short. Brown's going to go again. Can't find him there though. But Rafferty has Berry. Berry has Cleary again. And Kirk Henderson's made a bit of a move beyond the line here. Looking for George Thomas, who will look for Ken Sema, who certainly made an impact off the bench here. Sema will look for a delivery again. Can Cleary get to this? He was the man underneath it, but couldn't get there quickly enough to make a challenge. Zeno, through that gap to Thomas. Man is closing in. George Thomas beats his man. Could George Thomas be in here to score his first goal at championship level? He was in. He didn't score his first goal at championship level, or even come close to it. Yikes. No, I don't think you'd expect a promoted side to immediately go attacking. It's loose from Derby. You can hear the moans and groans from the fans. Sema to Berry. Trying to force it perhaps a little bit to get it to Thomas. But Brown will look for Cleary here. Reyes Cleary in the box. He's got support. If he can find the pass. Thomas! Shot blocked. Brown instead perhaps. Cleary was offside. Another opportunity to find an equalising goal. But it does seem that we're destined to lose this second game at championship level. Thompson with a dink. Zeno's there because of course he is. George Thomas can spread this. Looking for Marcus Brown. Got caught on the man. Nowhere near it. This ball inside. It's Cade. Finds Rafferty again. Rafferty forward. Great delivery. Watts in the way. It's cannons off him, and they'll recycle possession and go again here. Or maybe they're just trying to waste time. I've just noticed we're into stoppage time now. But Reyes Cleary wins that back. Mistake by the Derby defensive line. Cleary's not got the pace or strength to get on the end of his heavy touch. And the opportunity to get a last gasp equaliser evades us. Perhaps took that touch slightly close, or slightly too close to the defender. And unfortunately, we're going to end with a 1 or maybe 2-0 defeat scoreline here. It'll be 2. Manu off the bench to seal it. Perhaps we underestimated them when we saw their initial starting lineup. But we won't be underestimating Derby a second time around, that's for sure. 2-0 to the Rams is how it will end. Was the last kick of the game. Unfortunately, defeat for us here. We're expecting a difficult season. I don't feel like the part of the bus really worked for us there, so I might be a little bit more experimental as we progress through the opening few games of the year. We'll have the third and final press conference question here, this early on in the episode, from the True Blitz. Says, with the club taking financial risks involving the wage budget, are you or the club not worried about breaching FFP regulations? No. Whilst the wage budget might be slightly stretched, the overall bank balance is absolutely fine, and that's the key figure for financial fair play. We're not going to make any losses. We're not going to make too many gains. We'll be absolutely fine financially, but it's something we are aware of. We want to make sure that we don't risk the club either way. Four emails. Bristol City have bid £2.65 million for Reyes Cleary. Also had a bid for Alex Grieve from Minnesota United as well. Alex Grieve is seemingly very, very interested in the MLS, or at least it really seems to only be MLS sides that are coming in for him. So I think I'm in a position where if we want him to go, I'm just going to have to accept a bid from the MLS. Minnesota United have come in for him here. They've offered joint most amount of money for him. He's valued at $675. We will try and maximise the deal. Cambridge have signed a new striker in real life, intriguingly. Shane Lavery from Blackpool has joined Cambridge United IRL. Now, Bristol City strikers, who are they? Do they put themselves in a position where he wouldn't get first team football? 64 rated Naki Wells, 68 rated Harry Cornick, 73 rated Sebastian Ferreira. I think I'm happy enough in rejecting the bid for Reyes Cleary. We sent him out on loan last year to develop. He wouldn't be first team there, the same way he's not first team here. In fact, he's closer to the first team here than he would be at Bristol City. So I am happy to turn that bid down and not sell Reyes Cleary to Bristol City based on the strength of their squad. We'll advance further towards the Mansfield game. And leaving us now is Adam Clarkson, I think, that is going out on his loan bid to Luton Town. For 12 months, we'll pay 50% of his wages, and that will save us some money on the wage bill as well. Another good move for the club. guys, I'm sure, are happy with me turning down that Cleary bid. Hamburg have come in to loan Liam Lee. I might hold off and see if we get a more realistic bid. If we don't, then I'll just use the live editor to loan him somewhere. I'm going to change the team strategies, not the team strategy. I'm going to change the play style too. Kick and rush, maybe. Let's try that. Germany is a great place to develop for Brits, but they wouldn't come in for a championship player, I don't think. Carabao Cup match day time. It's Mansfield Town, who in real life have just gotten promoted to League One. Keeler Dunn was a name that was mentioned in the comments section to potentially come to the club in this save. Williams at right back for them. George Williams used to play for Cambridge, now finds himself here at Mansfield. We're rotating the 11 for the cup, but that's still a very strong side. And the side is strong enough to lose on penalties, is what the side is strong enough to do. Well, we're at the Carabao Cup then. Kellen Watts, they scored in the 87th. We equalised in the 89th. They thought they'd won it. They hadn't. We equalised 3 minutes after they scored the first goal as well. Oh well, not to be in the Carabao Cup, but ultimately our sole focus is staying in the league this year, so I don't mind that. At 105. Fourteen, 16. Not squad hub chairs, you idiot. Cluj have come in to loan Forest. We will negotiate that. With the youngsters, you don't get realistic bids, as we did with other youngsters in previous seasons. We'll just accept that. Liam Lee, I might get a bit more realistic bid for because he's a higher rated player. But for the really youngsters, really young, lower rated youngsters, we're just not going to get any realistic bids. So will you loan him without... no? Okay, fine. Well, that was... That didn't last long, did it? Alex Grieve is stateside bound. The power of the mullet leaves the club. To Minnesota United he goes. Quite chilly in the north of the United States in Minnesota, but I'm sure he'll deal with it. Do they get much snow in New Zealand? I'm sure they get quite a bit of snow in New Zealand. £900,000 is the fee. And that will save us £3 in the wage budget as well. So we'll go player sold here, £900,000. And with regards to our finances, we're now only... Actually, no, I need to take him out of here. We're actually now above our wage budget again. Or under, should I say, probably the better way to phrase it. Our wage budget again. With £1,300 available in the wage budget and loads of money in the transfer budget. So should we decide to alter around the squad in a couple of other ways, I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine financially moving forward. I had another bid for Sam Forrest to go out on loan. I'm going to... Because he's lower rated, we're going to try and negotiate these to just loan bids. With the lower rated youngsters probably not able to get a proper loan bid, a realistic loan bid, then we will look to just loan them to anyone. Outside of that, obviously other players will look to get realistic bids for. They pay 50%, they will. Looks like Sam Forrest is going to go out on loan to ACS Sepsi OSK Din SF Georges. Them. Now Südtirol have come in for him. I'll negotiate that as well. I don't think we need a keeper yet. If we need a keeper, we'll buy one in January. Luton are now also interested in Liam Lee. I rejected the Hamburg one for it not being that realistic and was hoping for a more realistic one. Liam Lee looks like he might join Adam Clarkson on loan at Luton Town. Would be huge if they are open to doing so, and they are indeed open to having him at the club. 50% wage split would be lovely, £236 a piece, and Liam Lee might also be on his way to Kenilworth Road. That would be huge. Prize money of £6,000. Whoa. Jude, last night, man, got you screaming like a 14-year-old girl. That's your favourite pastime, though, isn't it, Ethan? I'm just going to go for a quick toilet break, lads. And then we will play West Brom. And we'll also play Nottingham Forest as well. Which is likely to go very poorly for us. But I'm sure you guys would enjoy it. BRB. Ready to go and lose 2 more games? Yep, me too. Outrageous accusations, I will not take those. Yeah. Can you check if your teams are in the Champions League? Or UCLC Forest if you... Oh, okay. He's not gone anywhere yet. But what nation are they from? Ben, do you know? No, they're not involved in the Europa League or the Conference League. The Romanian teams in the Conference League are Craiova Club Sportif and, if there is another one, Dinamo Bucuresti. Cluj weren't the... Cluj turned down the idea of signing him, didn't they? Cluj rejected the bid. Cluj didn't want to get him. It was just the Georges guy, Sepsi Georges people. Rip Cluj. So match day 3 in the Championship. West Brom have 4 points from their opening 2 games. They lost in the Cup, as did we do, but 76 rated attack with Josh Madger up top. Carlin Grant, Alex Mowat, Yakuslu in their midfield as well. I think we might be losing this one, lads. We've got Nottingham Forest to come after this as well. We have switched to a different tactical style now. We're playing kick and rush to see how that goes here. We're back at home for this one, so fingers crossed we can put on a display. I don't think I need to make any changes to the starting lineup at this stage. Kellen Watts is slightly fatigued, but he's able to play, so that's not a problem whatsoever. Now then, what can we do, or probably more accurately not do, against West Bromwich Albion? Boom, 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 boom. They were all offering 60%, were they? I thought it was 60-40 in my favour. I misread it. My bad. I'm sorry. Wallace. Inside to Swift. Quickly to Madger, who is going to be a quick boy. Out to Wallace again. Back here to Furlong. If the tactical style change doesn't suit us over the first 2 or 3 episodes of the season, then we may well revert to type and go back to what worked to get us to this point. Referee sees that as not a foul. I don't think I got anything of the ball there. I definitely got all of the ball there though. But yeah, if it doesn't work, then we will go back to the wing play, try and recover potential lost form. At the minute, form is okay. A draw and a defeat isn't the worst start to the Championship season. We are expecting to be one of the bottom 7 or 8. We just don't want to be any of the bottom 3. Rafferty forward to Brown. Brown with Rafferty on the overlap. And an overlapping Rafferty will look for Kusini Yengi. Find potentially James Brophy. Knocked down well there. Thomas will get it back centrally. Berry. Not really much room there, but great run by Brown. Cut this back to Thomas. Looking inside, we get lucky, we get unlucky with the way the ball rebounds back and out. It will be a throw for us only, and no chance to score a goal. But maybe yet still. Trying my hardest here to work some space. Brown has found some. He'll float it into the middle. Again, annoyingly, it's gone towards Brophy rather than anyone central. Kirk Henderson recovers, so actually keeping the ball pinned in the West Brom half here. At least we were, until George Thomas lost it. Here's Grant. To Mowat. And into Yakuslu. Carlin Grant again. I think it's Carlin. I'm pretty sure it's Carlin Grant out on the left-hand side for them. Josh Madger holding the ball up nicely. Yakuslu finding Alex Mowat. Finding Madger again. He's trying something fancy. It's not going to work, but they get so lucky with the rebound. Carlin Grant buries it. And he had an open goal to aim at. It's a decent initial save from Jack Stevens. But it's bounced away. And pinpoint accurately flies straight to the waiting West Brom man. That's not ideal. Bugger.
Goal for West Bromwich Albion. Number 13, Carlan Ahern Grant.
Rafferty. And Brown. To Kellen Watts. We'll go for the switch. Mackenzie looking for Brophy. Shrugs off his man. Spins his man. Not much room to get into though. Henderson will look for George Thomas here. Berry's gone walkabouts. Thomas will spin well. Looking for Cassini Yengu, who's barely had a sniff so far this season. Don't know as I've had the opportunity to even shoot with him yet, let alone score any goals. The play out wide that hasn't really been able to be translated centrally on the pitch. Brown is going to win that back though. Oh, we could have had a chance, but again, West Brom get lucky with a little deflection. Grant down the line to Shaw. Shaw holds it up. Rafferty into Watts. And forwards to Berry. Berry to Brown. Shaw's closing me down at pace. The guy is quick by the looks of things. Going to need some support. It's arriving. George Thomas could bring this down. He has done. Ajayi steals it off him though. And continually we are toothless up top. Brophy wins that back. Keep it in play. Well done, Brofs. Henderson now. Can't turn quickly enough. Furlong down the line to Swift. Taking on himself. Not being very swift in the way that he dishes up possession. It is a corner though. Jack Mackenzie got something on it. Wallace will deliver. Brophy can only nod it back from whence it came. Wallace will try again. Finds Josh Madger's second time around. Grant. Easiest goal he'll score this season. Tapped in already. That hit a hand. They might have the chance to vary another. Very, very close to try and get that up and down. And Stevens gets it over the bar. I wasn't sure what to do with the wall there, whether they might actually have gone short. They are going to go short with the corner. Swift to the edge of the box. Here's Grant again. Might wind up for a shot. Little fancy flick. Ajayi. Henderson's in. Counter. Can we? Is there room and space? Maybe. Brown arriving. Brown churning in those legs. Getting away here. Cut it back. Berry. Yengi. Shot blocked by a defender. Henderson intercepts though. Through there was Luke Berry again, but not able to be found. We will trail at half-time once more. Bugger. This is the challenge that everyone wanted from this save though. Make a change at half-time. Move Brown central. Bring Dodds on the right. I probably should have shot with Berry, you're right. Watts and Henderson into Berry. Muscled off it. Intercepted again by Kellen Watts. Given away again by Kellen Watts. These passes forward to my wide men, or from the wide men central, keep going too far forward. Keeps trying to pick out the man that's right up top when I'm trying to just play the man in down the wing. Speaking of the men on the wing, Brown is now actually playing at cam, and Dodds is on up top. Oh, and if that ball finds its way through, then surely Kusini Yengi buries his first goal of the season. At present, he's not had a sniff. We're trying to give him a sniff, but the West Brom defenders have other ideas, it seems. Dodds is on the right-hand side now to try and make his mark on the starting lineup. You guys wanted him to go out on loan last year to get some growth. He did. He's come back having grown. Now we need to see if he's got the quality. Let's pick out a Brophy there. Not that Brophy's touch was any good whatsoever. Again, that ball was meant for the man central midfield, and it went towards Kusini Yengi again. Furlong to Wallace. Back to Furlong again. Kushlu and Swift. Out to Wallace. Cut back nicely to Swift. And into Wallace again. Could go for goal. He's gone for the ball short. And West Bromwich Albion take a 2-0 lead in the 61st minute. So far, it appears that this step to the Championship is as difficult as we expected. And as you guys probably hoped, for the nature of the realistic Road to Glory style save we're trying to do. I think we might be in a relegation fight, lads. Down by Christmas. Have a word. Double change. Brophy and Berry off. Ken Sema and James Balagizi on in their place to try and change things up offensively for us, and defensively in the midfield as well. Strong challenge by Furlong on Ken Sema, but he rode the challenge well enough. Sema, a man that has plenty of experience at this level, and we're going to need to call on that experience if we're to stay in the division this season. Furlong. Sema with him. Kushlu. Back to Taylor. And Alex Mauer. Out wide nicely. Short turns. Swift. Madja. Tackled well by Kellen Watts. Tackled very well by Kellen Watts. It's been a fantastic signing for us so far, Kellen. James Balagizi could be making a move down the line there if we can find the ball to him, which we can't. Grant. Forward to Madja. Madja trying to wait for support. Not doing so in the end, and actually just going for it. Sema will look to make some moves here. Furlong out-muscles him, but illegally so. Chance for one back maybe, if we can build something from this free kick. Henderson found. Sema's out wide. Brown again. Tricky with the footwork. Excellent work. Into the middle. Keeper's there. Oh, we get a free kick though. We get a free kick. What can we do from here then? Sema. We've got plenty of tall people in the box. Are they tall enough against the West Brom defenders? Oh, not quite. And again, Balagizi down to Kellen Watts. Kellen Watts into Marcus Brown. Oh, and wide of the target. It's not about higher rated players though, Meow, is it? That's a typical FIFA save. We're being more realistic with it. Just because someone's rated 70 and someone else is rated 68 doesn't mean you should start the 70 rated man. Putting faith in the players that got us to this level to have a chance in this division. Swift. Alagisi does well. Thought it was a foul personally, but that's it. Madger. Got movement on the right hand side for him. It's backwards to Yakuslu through the middle now. Swift. Grant. Excellent first touch. He's in behind. Carlin Grant finds his shot saved by Jack Stevens. Had no chance with the first goal. Arguably no chance with the second either. I don't know who it was that got in the way of that, keeper or defender, but either way it stayed out. 3-0 would be unfair, I feel. West Brom haven't been that good today. But certainly they have been the better side and deserve the win. Watford don't want to sell Sema to you, do they not? Unlucky. They let him go in this save. Mackenzie and forward to Sema. Leading runners. There is one. Kusini Yengi's on his bike. He's in behind. Kusini Yengi might be able to score our first goal or set up our first goal of this championship season. It just won't go in for Cambridge United right now. I could not get the shot away properly with anyone there. Henderson will take the throw. Brown is there. Immediately tackled by Furlong. Brown is normally better in possession than that. Looking for the run of Ken Sema. Found well. Sema spins. And Brown is in the box. Brown needs to show some good footwork here. Balagizi in support. Balagizi came close a moment ago. And we just can't find the goal. Oh, but maybe from this free kick. We did have a free kick specialist in centre-back Stephen Kingsley. He got sent off in his debut. Is he about to score his debut goal, perhaps, hit it from the edge of the box? Over the top of the wall and down, we pray. Yes, he is! 91st minute, centre-back Stephen Kingsley has a clean sheet. He has a red card and now a goal to his name at championship level for us. Good. Unfortunately, we've conceded 2 in this one, so we're still probably going to lose. The keeper got his hand to it. Good free kick. If the wall jumps, they probably block it. Keeper can only push it against the post. Is there to be a late dramatic twist in this game? Carlin Grant beats me. The answer to that question might be yes, but that twist might be West Bromwich Albion just extending their lead to 3 again. Balagizi steps in nicely and has done well there. Made an impact off the bench here, James Balagizi. Probably enough so to warrant starting ahead of Luke Berry for the next game, I think. We might make that change. Balagizi in for Berry for the next fixture. At present, Sema made a difference there over Brophy as well, so Sema may also make his mark in the starting lineup. I'll reject that for Liam Lee, hoping that he'll go to Luton. Jordan Cousins wants a new contract, but quite frankly, we're quite happy to let him leave at the end of the season. We will make those changes in the team management screen for the next fixture. Brophy out for Sema. And Balagizi will come in for Luke Berry as well. I don't think we're going to make a change centrally. Thomas is still going to continue on, but if we don't get much against Nottingham Forest, I might... I don't know. At present, I think I'm going to give Thomas till the end of the calendar year before making a change. But we are in the relegation zone at this stage. Elliot, thank you for the 3rd month with the Prime Gaming sub, mate. Appreciate that, dude. Sam Forrest, I think, going out on loan. Youngster going to Georges, whatever they were called. Sepsi OSK for 12 months on a 50-50 deal. So that's what? £212 a week that we're still paying him. There or thereabouts. You're right, Berry has declined to 68 rated. Well spotted. And the youngster going out. Liam Lee going to Luton Town to join Adam Clarkson. Again, a 50-50 split. 472 becomes 236. Split evenly with Luton Town. Where are you, sir? 472, 236. We've got £1,700 in the wage budget right now. I'd be tempted to look to loan someone in, but we might wait until tomorrow to do that. Interest in Hayes. Forest loaned out. Barry Anderson has now completed his change to a left back. So we can do that and then hopefully start to improve him. Get the acceleration up and his defensive stats. Then that would be very good indeed. You're not getting a new contract, Jordan. They won't grow exponentially, left ball. Either Liam Lee or Adam Clarkson. I think Liam Lee doesn't have that higher potential at the moment. Whoa. Recently relegated from the Premiership, Nottingham Forest won 4 straight games this season, all 3 in the league and 1 in the cup as well, second in the division. Enes Unal up top, Alex Mighton, Josh Bowler and Morgan Gibbs-White sit in front of Nico Dominguez and Ibrahim Sangare. Harry Toffolo, Omar Babidele, Kalulu, Diakite and Vlachodimos Odysseas is quite the starting 11 for them. This is the sort of challenge that we're probably going to get absolutely crushed by. Sema starts. I might also start Sørensen for the first time, although Rafferty hasn't been bad. Kellen Watts has grown, you'll notice. Someone very keenly eyed in the live chat pointed out that Berry's actually declined to 68 now, although we didn't drop him for that reason. We dropped him because Balagizi made an impact in the last game in a more realistic fashion. Let's see if we can get a goal at the City Ground. Probably not going to happen. So far, only a defender has scored for me. Thank you for the follow, left ball. Sorry for the name, that's fine. It's not a problem, mate. You can change your username if you want to on Twitch. Good, thank you, Liam. How are you, mate? Sørensen into Balagizi. That's a Sørensen. Is the long-term replacement at right back for Rafferty. Balagizi is the long-term replacement at centre mid for Luke Berry, so makes sense to give them a go. And no better experience than playing against the formerly Premier League side that got themselves relegated this season, or last season, in-game. Everton also in this division. You imagine they're the side that are top if Forest are second, but it's perhaps slightly too early to draw those sort of conclusions at this stage. Enes Unal out wide to Harry Toffolo is forward here for them. This is probably going to be one of the toughest games we'll face all year. Enes Unal into the box. Enes Unal just walks off the pitch with it. Kingsley into the midfield. Balagizi out wide. Oh, and they're playing with a lot of space created at the back here. Nottingham Forest. It might be a case of them being quite expansive against us because they feel like they're a side that they can quite comfortably beat, and that might open up a little bit more space in behind than we haven't had against some of the other teams we've played so far this season. That said, if they do that and then they counter on us like this, we are probably in a lot of trouble. Sangari with a sharp turn. And Gibbs White. Here's Enezu now. Little dink, nicely played. Diakite. Holding him up well. Still can't get the ball off him. Here's Josh Bowler. That's a sharp turn. Kingsley's in the way. Oh, fuck. Corner for Forest. Gibbs White takes short to Bowler. Bowler rings around Marcus Brown. And rather accurately, Marcus Brown ran a ring. Easy for you to say. Around Josh Bowler. Morgan Gibbs White here on the edge of the box. Into Enezu now, who fires home Nottingham Forest's first of potentially many goals this afternoon. 1-0. Hard to tell if the keeper should have done better with that from either of those replay angles. I think it's just, quite frankly, shot power. And he's unsighted. Did get a hand to it, actually, Stevens, but he is partially unsighted there, isn't he? So to still get a hand to it, he's done not bad. In terms of their player ratings, Unal is 81, 82 for Gibbs White, 81 for Dominguez, 82 for Sangare, 82 for Kalulu, 81 for Diakite. Got some strongish options on the bench as well, including Patrick Vimmer. Holy moly. Nottingham Forest should get themselves promoted back to the Premier League at the first attempt with a side like that at Championship level, but we'll wait and see how well they do longer term. Started the season very well, though. Looks like they might be making it 5 wins from 5 in all competitions. We're only 25 minutes into this, and already we're resigning ourselves to defeat. Couldn't quite get there. Gibbs White. Back here to Sangare, and Gibbs White again. Enezu now for a second time. Kellen Watts in the way. Bring that forward. I think he'll head that nicely out wide. And here's Ken Sema now. Oh, Ken. The idea was that you turned and then played the pass, pal, if I'm honest, mate. Oh, Gibbs White showboating already. Here's Diakite. Gibbs White again. A second fancy flick. Great block by Kellen Watts. Superb work. Love that. Brown will get this back. We'll go for a switch. Kenzie looking for Sema. Can't really get forward at the moment. There's no room. There's no room. Like, I turn inside here with Sema, and there's just no white shirts to play the ball to in a forward area. Now there is. Kusini Yengi can make me the run here. Balagizi will look for the ball out wide, but just won't get it out of his feet quickly enough. George Thomas in the way of that. It won't let me change to Marcus Brown, but Marcus Brown gets the ball nonetheless. I'll look for Yengi first. Oh, Bamidele read it as if he knew exactly what I was pressing with the controller. Alex Mighton looking to get away now. Lasse Sørensen can't deal with it. Will at the second attempt, but they'll get the advantage. Will use the advantage to come back for a free kick. Enes Unal into the middle and away by Kirk Henderson. Well up Marcus Brown. Counter maybe. Yengi. Thomas. Got Balagizi who could push forward. Marcus Brown as well. And Yengi could be in here if we can find the right ball. Quickly looking for Balagizi. Oh, through there maybe. Balagizi. Support here from Ken Sema. Blocked well by Diakite. It's just not enough room for offensive players at the moment against these solid sides. It is quite the difficult fixture list at the beginning of the season, though, isn't it? West Brom and Derby. Despite the fact that Derby didn't have that good a squad. And then Nottingham Forest. there will be certainly easier games to play this year than the ones we've been handed in the opening month, that's for sure. Kingsley looking for George Thomas, who just is proving more and more at the moment that he isn't going to be good enough at championship level. It's a lovely ball through to Enes Unal. They could be in for a second here, but Kelland Watts stands firm once more. What a signing he's proven to be thus far. Only the one at half-time. Of course they would me out. Look at Leicester. Big clubs keep hold of big players. Mainly for realism, Matt, we use this camera angle. Thomas out and Dodds on the right might be a longer term solution here. Brown at cam might look to make that move permanent. Dodds is going to be no worse on the right than Thomas has been at cam. Can't quite get there with Mackenzie. Here's Enes Unal now. Walker Gibbs-White back to him. Wide. Ambitious effort from there, to be fair. Leeds did loan a lot of people out, though, didn't they? A lot of players elected to not play for Leeds last season. Kingsley driven out wide. Sema could go for a run. We've moved Brown central and brought Dodds on. Out on the right-hand side now. Marcus Brown is decent at cam. Ken Sema's probably going to take the advantage here, and we'll have the free kick. Now, set pieces could be very important to us this season. Already scored one goal from a free kick this year. Can we get another one? No. Kellen Watts is just face planted against the goalkeeper. We get to that. Pinpoint accurate ball out. Christ. Not so pinpoint. Alex Mighton's header. We maybe get them on the back foot here. I think they've gotten everybody. Oh, Christ alive. Everyone's as bad as everyone else. Gibbs-White. And then there's Unal. All over the top to Josh Bowler. William Mackenzie. Wesley cuts inside to Enes Unal. Kingsley wins it well. Henderson looking for Sema. And Brown. This is good. Kirk Henderson not necessarily the man we want breaking. Yengi will spread this. And Dodds has options inside. One being James Balagizi, who again has made an impact on the overall performance of the team today. An hour played here. Kellen Watts will feed that into Kirk Henderson. Henderson will look out wide for Ken Sema. Senna has the run of... Oh, the man who's offside in Yengi, but he didn't score nonetheless. Would have had a corner though, but just timed the pass wrong. Well up Ken. And Brown trying to hold on to it. Solid challenge in the middle. Solid challenge in the middle again. Looking for Yengi. Yengi. Oh, heavy touch, but keeps the ball active. Delivers the cross towards the back post. Keeper's comfortable. No. Let's do Berry. So let's do around. Move Balagizi to camp. That could be a way actually. We could put Balagizi to camp instead of Thomas. That could work, and keep Brown in the 11 out wide. Balagizi forward to Dodds. Dodds might, however, prove to be useful this season. Toffolo with a great ball down the line. And Janelle with an excellent first-time pass as well to Wimmer, who's come off the bench here. Sørensen beaten by the ball roll. Wimmer straight at the keeper. We look more dangerous in this game than we did in any of the others so far this season, which is a positive sign. That said, top left, only the one shot created from our overall decent possession play and dangerous attacking football. So maybe dangerous is perhaps not the right word to use then. I felt dangerous though. I felt decent. We get to the edge of the box and either run out of ideas or run out of space. Alajizi into Marcus Brown. Or just run out of talent. Perhaps more accurately.
Can the owner of the red hatchback blocking the emergency exit
Toffolo
please return to your vehicle?
to Vimmer. And then Zunal. Oh, it's superb from the striker. That is Premier League quality that we do not have access to yet. Zunal goes one way, Zunal goes the other, and bends it into the very top corner. There's no stopping goals like that. Is it Kevin Vimmer or Patrick Vimmer? It's Kevin Vimmer, right? No, Kevin Vimmer's the defender. This is Patrick Vimmer, the winger, right? Yeah.
Substitution for Cambridge United. Coming off the pitch, number 11, Marcus Brom. Coming onto the pitch,
Berry to
number
Dodds.
8, Luke Berry.
Sorensen with a throw. Dodds looking for Lasse Sorensen again. He's got Luke Berry pushing forward here. Berry's off the bench. Bamidele just, for lack of a better term, and if you pardon the pun, buries him. Smashed him to the ground there. Just nothing to be done offensively there on that occasion. Vimmer with a little back heel is just going to evade Sorensen. And Morgan Gibbs-White, well, would have been asking for a penalty probably. Keeper's going to come. Keeper can't get there. It's an Enes Ünal hat-trick. And Forest will win comfortably. Yeah. I shouldn't really have called the keeper there. Because as soon as he started to run out, you knew it was going to go in. Oh well, probably would have gone in anyway. Sorensen, Dodds, spinning well. Just better, aren't they, Forest? It's just no other way to phrase it. They're just better. Enes Ünal has a man free. He's going to go for goal himself. Getting greedy. Josh Bowler was free on the far side, but Enes Ünal wanted 4 for himself, not for the team. Alajizi on the breakaway. Oof. Ugh. Bowler. Ref. Ref! Stevens makes a good save. Pretty sure that's a foul, referee. 3-0 and likely to be potentially more here. Gibbs-White tackled though. Dodds does well. Sorensen will look to break. Not had much to do, Lasse Sorensen, other than get skinned a couple of times, but he's doing some skinning of his own here. If I can find the right ball, which I can't do, we could have played Luke Berry in. Unfortunately, not to be, but maybe there might be one chance of a goal back. Balajizi looking for Kusini Yengi. Oh, tried the touch and then turn in the same motion, and it very nearly worked. But on the day, Nottingham Forest, quite simply, too good for us. We gave a good account of ourselves there. Certainly the kick and rush tactic is better than the park the bus tactic that we employed in the first game. But unfortunately, the outcome is just the same. We only have 1 point so far in our first season at championship level in this save. Fellow promoted side Charlton only have 2, and fellow promoted side Huddersfield only have 3. And they've drawn 3 and lost 1. So there's a lot of sides there after 4 games that haven't won a game. It's still a long way to go, but we've scored 1 and conceded 7. And that's not great. But we have had some particularly difficult games to play in the opening few games of the season. Top side Nottingham Forest, second side West Brom, 8th place Derby County, who look like they're having a much better season this time around. So there will be more points available for us in latter games for sure, but not today. Hopefully tomorrow against Huddersfield and Stoke, We'll have the transfer window deadline day tomorrow as well and give you guys an update on all the Patreon players. But for now, that's all for me for today. There's certainly more ins to come, we feel. Potentially more outs as well. Depends on what happens in the transfer window. But for now, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow for more. Right. Shit. We are in a relegation fight. For damned sure. It could very well be described as a relegation 6-pointer against Huddersfield, even at this early stage of the season. 100%. Appreciate it, Tom. Thank you for the support, man. Right, we'll edit that. We might be able to squeeze in some more before we go offline a little later. But this is the realism that you guys wanted, and the realism that we enjoy. The side struggling. Lots of transfers. What ins and outs did we have in that episode? Transfer hub. Sorensen signed the last episode, didn't he? So just Mackenzie in. But we had a number of outs. And there may well be more. I need to update the finances as well, actually. From prize money upwards, stadium maintenance upwards, there we go. So it goes £84,000. Player wages £96,000. Shirt sales £94,000. So what? £1,700 in the wage budget at the minute. I think we do make the change to put Balagizi at cam ahead of Thomas. He's got good finishing as well, James Balagizi, so it would be a wise thing to do to take advantage of that, or try and take advantage of that. And Thomas can come on off the bench, and Balagizi can either drop to where Berry is, or we can do a straight swap. Yeah, chat up so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, everyone loves a bit of Ali McCoy on comms, don't they? Don't know why Henderson is unhappy. I guess contract. Yep. Signed his contract a year ago, and I was like, I want to have with it. What's up one? I think is the only bit of growth. Oh no, Kennett's not one as well, and Berry down one. Balagizi's up to 68 too. That's good. Welcome to episode 2 of season 3. But don't day, and fingers crossed we can get some more points on the board today. We did not spoil it. Oh, never mind. I just accepted. Good. Well done, Ches. Confirmation. Confirmation. Advance for the first. See, he's gone. Now we were looking to move back Jules. That will free up more money to take that starting left back spot. And Luton have come to loan. And Luton have in to loan. We will loan to buy. Plan so far. Jack McKenzie has signed contract in our debut championship season. Brazil versus Colombia, about a mile away from your hotel tomorrow. Jin's having the time of his life. Have you got tickets, Jin? Or are you on a work trip, not a watch football trip? I can have a look and see what the Everton squad looks like, certainly. And Zach Bulls is on. Remind me once we've edited this. As we head away from home, and against what looks to be and for a Cambridge United home game. Oh yeah. When did I mention that? Left back. Are we going away for this fixture? And according to the press conference question, in our first, we're now only 2,000, and then we'll go and play Derby away from home at Pride Park. Hopefully get another 5 as well, so nobody realistic was going to come in for him if they're willing more. 50-50 is done. Great. Jack McKenzie has signed and at centre-back, as was the case with George Nurse. £750,000 into the bank, 75% of which will go in theory slightly more defensively solid if we can. That's the plan. Operation expansive, potentially moving to Hull City. Now, actually, seeing the tactics there say wing play on the team strategy brings up our first question from the comment section for the press conference. It's from Connor, and it says, as you enter a nation for reasons that we've covered before, and it is something I'm going to moving to a higher division. I agree. It's something that winning to a 5-back or a more direct style of play could be a pragmatic move for most of a couple of key players. A couple of regens in there in Rafferty and Kuipers. First home game of the season. Our home fans got into fights with the Millwall fans concerned for a Cambridge United home game. Potentially better than they initially appeared. Darren Robinson 60, which is standout talents. Is there a but standout talents? Like, is there a player? Like, is there a youth player? It's just massive in the end. Rafferty's end up, but Connor Washington just scores
No
goals.
worries, me. I'll catch you later, dude.
Like that. 1-0 Derby. Great ball to Ward. In a good position here. Fires it narrowly wide. Using on the opening day. You notice once in goal here, only goals in the champ. Another goal. Good decision making by me. Continually here, makes some good movement there to actually get away from the defender. And Brophy will lift it. Brown down, but we're starting. Tells you that they really beats him. Skips past McKenzie. Cade blocked well by Watts. Free to Thompson. Tom Ward. Skips past the goal.
France Belgium has kicked off
well.
above me.
Stevens makes the save, and Kellen Watts
We'll record. The plan is to record something of the next episode, Cam. Yes.
To ensure that the Derby County
Or at least prepare for it at the very least.
You've seen Yengi found there well, and Brown has Berry with him. Oh, lovely turn by Marcus Brown. We know his dribbling feet are very, very good. Can't find the pass. The ball had found its way over. It's had a solid enough debut, Jack McKenzie. Going to bring Henderson looking for Cleary. He's not very good last, but he's gone out on loan and grown spectacularly.
It's got to be a France win, right?
Henry will find this to the edge. Looking for Cleary again here. He's won the header, but it's gone well over the top. That wide. Could go for goal though. He is. He was in. He didn't score his first goal at championship level. No. Draw that gap to Thomas. Man, George Thomas beats his ball, but he delivers it. Or even come close to it. Trying to force it perhaps a little bit to get them to Berry. Trying to force it Sema to Berry. Trying to force it perhaps a little bit. Lose this second game at championship level. It's cannons off him and they'll recycle possession and go. It's cannon and they'll recycle it. Score 2-0 to the Rams is how it will end. It was the last kick of the game. Unfortunately, down to the wage budget. And the wage budget of the year, we'll have the third and final press conference question here this early on in the episode from the True Blitz. Says, with the club taking financial risks, not worried about breaching FFP regulations? No, to the club either way. Corner France. 40 mils. Bristol City bid 2 points rated Naki wages, and that will save us some money on the wage bill as well. Another good move for the club. Carabao Cup mat time. It's Forest. Our sole focus. I don't mind that. Alex Grieve is 200. Alex Grieve is.
How many sales did we make in that episode?
Bound. The power of the mullet leaves the club. To Minnesota United he goes. Quite chilly in the north of the United States in Minnesota, but I'm sure he'll deal with it. They get much snow in New Zealand? I'm sure they get quite a bit of snow in New Zealand. £900,000 is the fee.
Zach Jules,
and that
Jack
will save us
McKinn,
£3 grand in the wage budget
George
as well.
Nurse.
So we'll go player
five sales, 5 departures, 3 sales,
with regards to our
and 2
finances, we're
loanees.
now only
3 sales and 3 loanees, 6.
we're actually now above our wage budget again, or under, should I say, probably the better way to phrase it, our wage budget again. With £1,300 available in the wage budget and loads of money in the transfer budget. So, SF, George, them. Luton are now, so interim league, rejected the Hamburg, be on his way to Kenilworth Road. That would be huge. I think we might be losing this one, lads. We've got Nottingham. So match day 3 is accurately not do against West Bromwich Albion. If the tactical style change doesn't suit us over the first 2 or 3, if the tactical style change of the ball there, we've definitely got all of the ball there though. So yeah, if it doesn't work, then
tough,
drawing a
man.
defeat isn't the fatigue. We'll look for down. Cut this back to Thomas. Looking inside, we get lucky, we get unlucky to score a goal, but maybe yet still to score a goal, but maybe yet still. Josh Madger holding the ball. Josh Madger holding the ball nicely. Yakush. West Brom man. That's not ideal. And the line to Swift.
I'd like to avoid relegation. I don't mind only narrowly avoiding relegation, but I would like to avoid relegation this year.
On himself, not being very swift in the way that he dishes up possession. It is a corner, very, very close to try and get that up. Yengi will trail at half time once more. Muscled off it. Muscled off it. Intercepted again by Kellen Watts. Given away again by Kellen Watts. These passes forward to Cam. He's come back having grown. Now we need to see if he's and the experience. Take a 2-0 lead in the 6th. I think we might be in a relegation fight, lads. Matchup. Movement. At present, fires these shots. Certainly they have been the better side and deserve the win. Forward to run it there. You goal perhaps if twist in this game. Grant, the answer to that question, but I'll reject that before making a change. 3rd month of the Prime Gaming supplement at this stage. Elliot, Whoa. Recently relegated. White open up.
He's a hell of a squad.
Recently relegated from the Premiership, Nottingham Forest. Won 4
surprised that they are where they are in the
straight
division
games
now.
this season. All 3 in the league and 1 in the cup as well. 2nd in the division. Enes Unal up top, Alex Mighton, Josh Bowler and Morgan. Quite the starting 11 for them. This is the sort of challenge. Live chat pointed out the Berries actually declined to 60 fashion. Let's see if we, so far, only a defender has scored for me. Is the long-term replacement at right back for Rafferty. Balagizi is the long ball face all year. Kingsley into the midfield. And here. They can quite, if they do that, and then they counter on us like this. Out. Gibbs White, nicely played. Ran 1-0. Again, a second fancy flick. Great block by Kellen Watts. Forward.
I think Kellen Watts' defensive efforts in this episode deserve highlighting. Yeah, you do ask, you're like, how the fuck did that side get relegated?
Here's Ken Semen out. Oh, Ken. The idea was that you turned and then played the pass pal, if I'm honest, mate. Oh, Gibbs White boating already. In fact, switch. Oh, Gibbs White so boating already. Oh, Gibbs White by Kellen Watts. Superb work. Love that. George Thomas in the way of that. Change to Marcus Brown, but he's all as if he knew exactly what I was pressing with the controller. Alex Mitre looking to get away now. Lasse Sørensen can't deal with it. Balajizi, support here from Ken Sema. Use the advantage to come back for a free. The advantage. Kite, idea Kite. The ones we've been handed going to be good thus far. Only the one at half time.
Yeah, 3 by the end though.
Offload with the great ball for bench. What's to do? Unfortunately, Wimmer, who's come off the bench here. Sørensen beaten by the ball roll. Wimmer straight at the keeper. Toffolo. Enes Unal goes one way. There's no stopping goals like that. Well, would have been asking for a penalty probably. Keeper's going to come. Keeper smashed him to the ground there. Just got Luke pushing forward for Lasse Sørensen. He's got Luke Berry pushed through. Sørensen again. Now, you know, will win comfortably. Bowler. Rare Hilton only who lost one.
There we go.
For now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for more.
Yeah, I get the baseball jersey point.
Welcome to episode 2 of season 3 here in the realistic road to glory. We are embroiled in the thick of the transfer window in our first season at championship level. We picked up a point on opening day, although we did lose a man on opening day. Suspended on debut, or after his debut, Stephen Kingsley at centre-back. It's okay, we can deal with it, it's not too much of a problem, but physicality to use such behaviour. Anyone that is found to have been... It was the last kick of the game. Unfortunately, defeat for us here. We're expected to turn that bid down and not sell Reyes Cleary to Bristol City transfer budget. So, should we on loan at Luton? It's a match as well. I think we might be losing this one though. So we've got Nottingham Forest to come. It's United right now. So to Warren. Well, and Grant beats me. The answer to that question might be yes, but that twist is Balajizi. Probably enough so to warrant starting ahead of Luke Berry. Kingsley into the midfield. Balajizi out wide from there. We gave a good account of ourselves there. Certainly the kick and rush tactic is better than the park the bus tactic that we employed in the first game. But unfortunately, the outcome is just the same. We only have 1 point so far in our first season at championship level in this save. RIP us.
I don't know if lots of transfers is the right way to call that, because a lot of them were out. What do we call that, chat? Thick of the transfer window, maybe? In the thick of the transfer window? No worries, Jamie. Hope it goes well for you, mate. Let us know next time you're back with us. Everton's squad. Bryce Samba, 83 rated in goal, although they're playing 73 rated Mike Penders, apparently. Up top, Simon Banza and Beto and Schmitti. Diatta on the wing. Raksaki getting some substitute appearance. Dwight McNeil. Tourist Dolan getting a start, though. Lewis Dobbin. Dele Alli not playing at 74. James Garner is playing at 79. Unahi at 80 rated. Jordi Classy, 76. Onyango's not very good. Andre Gomez, 75 rated now. Anana, 81. Joe Martin, 73. Lewis Warrington, 68. Gabby, 69. Casado, 74 for Garcia. 70. They've got a lot of bloody CDMs. James Metcalf, 63. Aaron hasn't played yet at 62. You've played 4 games and scored 3 goals in the championship so far, Daniel. They are starting you at 66 rated. Wow. Nathan Patterson, 77. Ryan Hudson, 70. Anthony Robertson, 79. Owen Weindahl, 78. Erschan. Mackenzie Hunt. James Tarkovsky. Michael Keane. Mason Holgate. Ben Godfrey. Jared Branthwaite. And Reece Welch. Come on, lad. 3 goals in the championship, pal. You're 7th in the top goal scorers list. And he's now 6. But 3 of them came against me. We updated the transfers, the finances even, didn't we? Yarp. I'm not surprised you're happy, Daniel. There's no way for me to tell if you've got games at Betis, I'm afraid, Jin. Sorry, mate. The game is the game. Right, we can record the first bit of that, can't we? Yeah, we can have a look. Give you a cheeky peek. No. You rejected the move to Lorient and rejected the move to Osasuna. So far, Liam is negotiating contract terms with Atalanta. Will has gone to Brighton. Patrick has gone to Vallecano. That's an intriguing one. Lachlan is now at Inter Milan. Emma still Dallas Green move. Dallas has moved. Oh, Dallas has found his way out. Praise the Lord. Dallas has found his way out of the second side at Freiburg for the first time in 2 saves. Ben, you've gone to Atletico Madrid. Seb has gone to Sociedad. Brannan has signed for Fiorentina from Bristol Rovers. Nathan's gone to Villarreal. Intriguing. Nick has moved to Augsburg. Plenty of transfers, isn't it? I wonder if we could loan Castledine. That would be huge. Maybe that's something we do on the final day. Loaning Leo Castledine from Chelsea would be massive. What do we think of that? Chat. Josh to Valencia. Chris to Atleti. And that's the lot so far. It depends on wages, doesn't it? It depends on wages. Because I haven't got much. I've not got much money to spend. £1,700. Oh. Still trying to sell McConnell. Glenn McConnell. Who else have we got? Actually, who else have we got on the transfer list? Oh, cancelled. Oh, we were blocking bids for Kirk, weren't we? I can probably unblock bids for Kirk Henderson now, can't I? Or do I wait until after this window? Maybe we wait until after this window. You'd expect Lamine Lamal to look good against Georgia, though, wouldn't you, really, if you're honest? You'd expect everyone in Spain to look good against Georgia. I mean, that side is better than the one that came up, isn't it? Objectively. I need new questions and new names from the comment section, so let's do that. Am I correct in saying that it's only a 3-match ban for violent conduct, and it would just be a 1-game ban for a straight red because he was last defender? Professional foul. Is that correct or incorrect? Before I reply to Alan. Chat, if you could be so kind as to offer me your professional opinion.
I'll just ask him the question as well. That's a Stoke fan. Get back. I cover that in the episode. It wasn't. It was just last man, yeah. It wasn't a disgusting challenge. Just tripped him. Okay, so it should have been a 2-game ban. To be fair, he didn't play against Derby and he didn't play against Mansfield either, so that might cover the ban. Just set that to upload. Chat, have you got any press conference questions that I could use? Set this for tomorrow at 3. Sure what picture I could use for that. Jack McKenzie maybe? Just put this in the thumbnail for that episode tomorrow. We will be, again, reminder, we will be live late tomorrow because I'm going to the dentist because my mouth is sorely. We can get a little bit of the next one done, can't we? What's your focus for this first season in the league, considering you are having a tough start to things? Play hard to watch football, focused on getting these important points early on, or solely try and enforce a style of play that means conceding goal? Oh, that's a very good question.
What's your favourite colour?
Any other chat? Might just use ads and then not have many others. How are we, Sid? Well, I hope, mate. Welcome to episode 3 of the 3rd season of this no, I just fucked that up. Shumeni's going to shoot from range. Oh, if that flies in, that's best goal of the tournament. Welcome back to episode 3 of season 3 of this realistic road to glory. We are indeed, as it says there, unfortunately, struggling for form. With 1 point from our opening 4 games, we sit bottom of the championship with 1 goal scored, a free kick from a defender, and 7 goals conceded. We are contemplating, although might not pull the trigger yet, on loaning in a goalkeeper and or a cam. I have a cam on my shortlist, that being Leo Castledine at Chelsea. But the issue is he's on 23.5 grand a week. And if I show you my finances, I've only got £1,700 in my wage budget. We do have a sizable transfer budget. For the reasons we mentioned in the last episode, I'm not able to move money from my transfer budget into my wage budget because of the way that the spreadsheet is where my brain is looking for. Because of the way that the spreadsheet is set up, there's no way for me to transfer that money from one to the other. Maybe I could speak to Andy that made the spreadsheet and he might be able to figure something out for me. If he is, then great. If not, then I'm quite happy with the storyline of the board are just keeping a very tight grip on the wage budget. I think that's a realistic thing to presume, as well as obviously we have the bank balance, but they might be wanting to save that bank balance for improvements to the ground should we stay up. So we'll stick with what we've got at the minute. If we can figure out a way to tweak it, then we will, and I'll speak to Andy. But if not, then this is the first time we've done a save like that. Obviously, it's something we could consider for a future save if we look to do so. If not, then it is what it is. I'm sure it's fine. We have Balagizi now starting at cam, in for George Thomas, who just hasn't cut it so far. Balagizi has 72 finishing, so certainly could be very, very good in that cam spot, and was good enough to earn himself a start ahead of Berry in the last episode, and hopefully will continue on being very, very solid in the starting lineup. We've had some really difficult fixtures in the first few games, so hopefully today against a side that came up with us, Huddersfield, who are also yet to win this season, and Stoke away from home. Here as we push towards the end of the transfer window, we hopefully will be able to get ourselves some more points on the board. Stoke are 10th and have only won once so far this season, so not too far out of the realms of possibility that we could go to the Britannia and maybe pick up something. Got an email here. This is interesting. Daniel Weiler from Stuttgart. So Everton might be losing one of their top goal scorers this season. Jordan Archer wants to play. Jordan Archer will not play, unfortunately. What I could do is sell Jordan Archer to raise money to bring in a Jack Stevens replacement. That would then mean that we have Stevens' replacement at the club already and not have to wait till January to replace him if we find ourselves in a position where we would like to. That said, free agents you can sign at any point up till like March or something, I think. So I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. But another way to free up some extra wages, perhaps. We're going to jump into the first game of the day here, though, but we're going to say thank you to those of you on the board behind me before we do so. Those 3 of you being C. Wadlow, Sam Pinnock and Larry King. Thank you for your continued support in the comments section. More points, please, against the side that actually beat us twice last season. So this will be perhaps a measure of how good the improvements we've made to the 11 are. We pray that we actually get a result. I'll take a screenshot of that from Jen. That'll be Q2. quickly put ads in that video. It's going to go live for tomorrow. Continue save. Thank you. For some reason, yesterday's episode is, or today's episode that went live is still registered as checking. Hopefully that doesn't stop ads going on the bloody video. It shouldn't do, I don't think, but fingers crossed, eh? And we'll have that question from Liam as well. Thank you, Liam. I'll pin those actually because I'll need those pinned when we start recording tomorrow. Right. Here goes nothing. Let's try and get some points. Do I start Cleary up top for Yengi, who hasn't fired yet so far this season? Judging by the way they compare with one another, no. We'll restore Rafferty to the starting lineup as well. Belagizi's right-footed, right? Quickly check. Yeah. I lost in my bloody eye. Row down the line to Mahoney. Rudoni in the midfield. Just manages to get it to Stone. Stone out wide here to Mahoney again. And Rowe. Tackled well by Jack McKenzie, but Huddersfield still have the opportunity. Away fans in good voice. U2BR ringing out around the Abbey, but home fans responding as best they can. Here's Rudoni into the box, and we will deal with it. Curious to know whether I perhaps should have changed their starting goalkeeper. No, he's 72 rated, Rossi. Okay. In fact, he's the second best player in the whole fucking team. We won't need a financial takeover, Jin. It's maybe something we could think about for another save, but I'm not gonna do it in this one. Rafferty forward to Brown. First chance to get into the Huddersfield half. Perhaps, anyway. Berry will look to switch this out to Ken Semmer, who can just nod it back to McKenzie, who will lift it, looking for Semmer again. And we are very much in the Huddersfield half. I'm going to look for Marcus Brown at the back post, trying to nod that back into a dangerous area. Couldn't quite do it. Rowe on the run, at pace, dangerous pace. Back to Mahoney. It's dummy there. And Stone. And your Pender. The ball through. Can't deal with them at the minute. And that's gone through the keeper. And that's 1-0 Huddersfield Town. I think, as much as we love Jack Stevens, we might need a higher rated goalkeeper to keep us in the division. He's perhaps unsighted with that. Maybe it's a bit harsh to call the decision based on that one goal. But that's the 8th goal we've conceded in 5 games so far. We've only kept 1 clean sheet. I think we're conceding too many and not scoring enough. And that's a terrible combination when you want to stay in a division, isn't it? Rafferty to Berry. Berry looking for Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown in the box here. Marcus Brown overruns it. Brown will deliver the cross underneath it. Ken Semmer, headers on target. It's dangerous. He'll get to the loose ball first as well. Marcus Brown will look to bend this, but he's got it all wrong. Chat, what do we think about potentially replacing Jack Stevens now?
Free kick for handball. Call the man that's close to me. He still played it backwards for some reason. Rafferty's out there. Rafferty found well. Rafferty delivers. Okay. Stone. Out to Mahoney. Can't quite get there. There's Rowe and Rudoni looking dangerous here. Huddersfield, Stone and Healy. Man that scored a hat-trick against us before but can't get past Kellen Watts. Many an attacker hasn't been able to get past Kellen Watts so far this season. It was a pass that should have found its opponent, found its recipient, should I say. Be a goal kick, maybe? No. Headley. Tuck back. Brown gets there well. Mackenzie. Oh, come on. It's a simple ball to play. Stone backing in wide. Alternate keeper is Jordan Archer, who's not very good. Or no better than what we've already got. Berry and Rafferty. Doesn't help when strikers are intercepting passes like that. Well in, Rafferty. Solid from him. Not so solid a pass, however. Oh, it's done me. Save. Corner Huddersfield, looking for a second goal. Josh Koroma on the far side will deliver a decent ball, I'm sure. It's a header that's won by Rudoni. Henderson wins that, and Yengi gets that to Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown has space to get into and will look to do exactly that. Berry is with me here. They have gotten back. Looking for Bez. Can't find him. Guthrie intercepts. To Healy. Healy to Stone. Stone with runners. One of which is Healy. Stone again. Rafferty steps in well. Oh, fuck me. Half time. Is that guy coming in the etta? It is. It's as if by request it just popped up with his name. Semmer spun his man brilliantly there. He's away here. Not many in terms of options though. Mackenzie and Henderson looking for Berry. Berry found well. Berry spins well. Berry looking for Yengi. Yengi also spins well. Kusini Yengi under pressure from the defender. Can't get the finish he needed or wanted. And we don't have an equalising goal. We conceded 7 goals against Huddersfield last season. In a... No, 8 goals against Huddersfield last season in a 4-0 defeat and a 4-3 defeat. So to only have conceded 1 so far shows that we've improved defensively. But having not scored yet shows that we definitely aren't firing at the other end of the pitch either. They do have a 72 rated goalkeeper though. So that's certainly perhaps one part of the reason why we haven't been quite so able to find the ball into the back of the net in this particular game. But we're not putting the ball in the back of the net in any particular game at the minute. I might try our old tactic in the game against Stoke. Could save Jack Stevens. Might try our old tactic in the game against Stoke and see if we can maybe find something of our old form by doing so. We played on wing play last year. This year we've tried part the bus. We've now tried kick and rush, and neither is providing many goal-scoring opportunities, let alone actually goals, nor are we defensively solid with it either. And Semmer back to Henderson.
Go for a switch. Try and flick this on, which we've done well. Then poke it down the line and Brown is in. He's got many a man in the middle to try and find. The question is just, can he find any of them? The answer is a rather swift no, he absolutely can't. And we hunt continually for a goal back into this game. No. Who's no? Semmer's intercepted that very nicely. He's about to come off for James Brophy, actually, Ken Semmer, but he could have a very, very big impact on the game before he does. Looking for Berry, finding Berry, going again here, Ken Semmer, and runs straight into a defender. Sick. Look at the bodies flood forward for Huddersfield Town here on the counter-attack. Stone to Healy. Healy held up a little bit. Rudoni will find Mahoney out wide, who's past Jack McKenzie. And just about manages to keep the ball in play. And the header is on target and saved on the line by Jack Stevens. Had to turn away with it, but got the job done. We just can't seem to get the job done at Championship level so far. Based on opening experiences, we are in for perhaps not just a relegation fight, but maybe a Championship record for lowest amounts of points scored at this level previously by any other club. We'll look inside for Balagizi. It went to Brown. It's not who I aimed for. Brown then didn't control it. And unfortunately, what was a very good attack won't end in a goal or even a chance. Need to get there, Kelland. He's done brilliantly to do so. Marcus Brown, equally so. But at the minute, we've got nothing going forward. We've spent money in the defence. We've spent money in the midfield. We put faith in our current striking lineup, faith in our current goalkeeper. And at the minute, it's those two areas that are letting us down this season. Conceding too many and not scoring enough. Well in, Jack McKenzie. He's done excellently there. Yengi will look for Semmer. Semmer to turn. Semmer to find a teammate, hopefully. Well in, Balagizi. Shut up, ref. Only two, Rodoni. Tony down the line. McKenzie should get to this. Has done brilliantly to do so. And the crowd sound their appreciation. Brophy in for Yengi. Brophy's going to go again, I think. He's going to drift centrally now. We'll look for him. Finding George Thomas. George Thomas looking for James Balagizi, who turns superbly. James Balagizi to get Cambridge United's second goal of the season, and potentially in the 87th minute, our second point of the season too. We moved him into the starting lineup deeper in central midfield. He played well, but we've moved him further up into a cam spot. He's even better. Given away. Two minutes added on here. Is there enough time to try and get a winner? Not with an interception like that. No. A 1-1 draw against Huddersfield Town is the best result we've had against that team, all save long. Played them 3 times. We've lost heavily, we've lost marginally, and now we've avoided defeat. It does show the progress made in the team and in the squad, but it also shows, with them not necessarily having the greatest of starts to the season either, that there's still work to be done with this team to get us where we want to be. Interesting. Patreon players currently, as we look to progress forward against Stoke, I will look to change the tactics back to wing play, and we'll see if we can get something more out of the team. Brophy's going to start again, you know. Right. Finances. Show ourselves 94 was the last thing we did, wasn't it? Yes. So, stadium maintenance, £4,000. Match tickets, £84,000. That's us very nearly selling out the stadium. Player wages, £95,000. Shirt sales, £86,000. We drew 1-1, Daniel. No, not yet, Joe. Not sure when we have Hull, actually. Not till December, so a little while yet. Liam Roberts is a decent signing, maybe. It's not massively higher than what we've already got, though, is he? Look at the loan list. Matthew Cox. He's on a lot a week. He's only 6 foot as well, but Joao Virginia. '71 rated and at Fortuna Sittard. Too highly rated at the moment. Daniel Bentley would be great, but he's too highly rated, unfortunately. Wasn't Michael Bruver at Swansea? Might be well off with that. Browver, probably. Someone have a quick Google for us. Matt Ingram. Matt Ingram could be a good shout. Not going to grow much, but obviously experienced player. Christopher Claesson, released by Leeds. Maybe with room to grow. Claesson could be a good shout. We've got two options there, haven't we? Certainly. And you said Vitek, Radek Vitek, 69 rated at Man United, 62 positioning. Doesn't fill me with confidence. He's on a lot a week as well. I think Claesson or Ingram makes sense. Ingram has slightly better diving, better handling. The same reflexes wise. Positionally, it's nominal. Footwork and cross claimer. What do we think about Claesson? Rush was 75. Never going to be able to get him. I feel like Ingram is probably the cheaper and the more realistic. Although, actually, apparently Claesson would want less a week. Matthew Cox is the loanee, potentially. I can't help but feel like Ingram with better diving, better handling, same reflexes and better positioning is actually the better signing. And he's an inch taller. And he's built like a brick shithouse as well. £213 to 167. Exactly. Kicking's not an important stat. All right, we'll do that in the next episode then. Well, not in the next episode, in the next part of the recording. I'm going to pause that there because we are done for today. RTG S331. Feel free to... Oh, France nearly scored. Go and enjoy the football for the rest of your evening. Thank you very much for joining me today. We are live again tomorrow. I will be live later tomorrow because I'm going to the dentist at 11:45. So there's that. I'm going to try and sort my tooth out. And hopefully I won't be sad and in pain by this point tomorrow. We'll wait and see. Anyway, fingers crossed. I will send you on a raid, so don't go anywhere just yet. Who else is live right now? Ben was with us earlier today. Let's send you guys over to Ben. He dropped by whilst we were streaming Formula 1. He's in the middle of the Dutch Grand Prix in his career mode save. Just finished Q2, so we shall raid Mr. Tiamat Marduk. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. Really appreciate the support. Go and show Ben your love as well. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully before 1 PM at the very latest. But we'll wait and see how things go. I'll keep you up to date on socials. Bye.